River Dogs trailing 5-1 tonight, in danger of a third consecutive loss to the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, unless they can come up with some late offense. J.D. Gonzalez at the plate, looks at a strike called, and Romero on top. 0-1, that pitch a little outside. J.D. popped out to short his first time up and takes down and away this time, and it's even 1-1. The catcher acquired from San Diego by the Rays in the Jason Adam trade. Reliever going to San Diego. Ball downstairs, 2-1. And speaking of the big league club, they are playing later on tonight in LA against the Dodgers. Here's ball 3 from Romero to Gonzalez to start inning number 5 at the plate for the home team. Tyler Alexander starts tonight. Bobby Miller for LA. 3-1. Gonzalez swinging away, bounces it into the River Dogs dugout, and it's full 3-2. And the Rays just trying to stay alive in the wild card race. 3-2 comes home, and that's down and in. Gonzalez jumped out of the way, ball 4, and it's a second inning in a row with a leadoff walk. Now the Rays well out in the East, 10.5 behind New York. They are 9 behind Baltimore and 3.5 behind Boston. The wild card still possible. They got some work to do. They are 7 behind Kansas City, who has the 3rd wild card right now. Enzo Paulino steps in, and he takes an outside quartered strike from Romero. It's 0-1. Paulino flied to left his first time up. A nice catch made out there by Espinosa. The 0-1 after a look at first. That is in there again for a strike, bottom part of the zone. And 0-2 quickly as Paulino uses his timeout. The Rays are currently 5th in the wild card race. Again, you got to finish top 3 to make it. Boston, as I mentioned, 3.5 in front of them, and Boston is 3.5 behind Kansas City. And Seattle right on the Rays' heels. Detroit 9.5 back. Quickly 0-2 on Paulino. And Romero to the plate. Soft ground ball to first. Bowser picks it up. Only one play, and that's to take it to first himself. And he does so as J.D. Gonzalez advances to second with one away for Jose Perez. Perez grabs a handful of dirt back behind home plate. On his way to the left-hand batter's box for his second at bat. Alfredo Romero, as I mentioned, mainly a starter this year for Myrtle Beach. Out of the bullpen tonight. He misses low to Perez, ball 1. He pitched on the 18th against Columbia, also pitched on the 13th in that series. He's been throwing the ball well here of late, though. Both of those games out of the bullpen. In 5 2/3 innings in that series, he allowed 3 runs, 1 earned on 3 hits. And the 1-0 now. Popped up foul. Late swing by Perez. He has 7 strikeouts and only 2 walks in that span. Of those 2 outings, he was in the Arizona Complex League for an appearance in late July. His last appearance before heading there, June 2nd in Charleston, right here. 1-1 pitch. That is scraping the outside corner for strike 2 called. At 94, Perez didn't like it. It did clip the edge. That was a game here in which, or at Myrtle Beach against the River Dogs, he allowed 6 runs in 2 1/3 innings. He's ahead 1-2. Looks home, looks back at second, and now comes home and misses downstairs, blocked again by Pabon. And it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order on deck for the River Dogs. And again, if you can get close enough in the game, you have some dudes on the bench. Aiden Smith, Emilian Petrie, Anderson Delgado. Break-even pitch home. Down and away, and Perez works it full. Gonzalez worked a leadoff walk in a full count situation to begin the inning. Now Perez trying to do the same. Will reach base somehow for Polanco on deck. River Dogs have been out hit 7-3. Payoff pitch, home from Romero. That's high, ball 4. It is the second walk of the inning and the 4th walk overall from Myrtle Beach pitching. 2 for Muley, who allowed just 1 run on a couple of hits in 3 1/3 innings. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Pabon, the catcher, walks out to the mound to chat with his battery mate Alfredo Romero, who, if he pitches well enough, will have a chance to earn the win tonight if Myrtle Beach hangs on to their lead. Myrtle Beach got off to a terrible start to the half, and it looked like they were dead, only to go on a massive winning streak over 2 series against Augusta and Delmarva. And then they had struggled a bit again, but trying to win a 3rd in a row in this series. Polanco, the batter, 0 for 1 with a walk. Left-handed leadoff hitter for the River Dogs. Swings at the first pitch, and it got in on his hands as he lined it softly back into the net, strike 1. We'll have another game tomorrow, 2 more this weekend. Tomorrow's a 6:05 start. It's Friends Night here at the ballpark. Special jerseys for the River Dogs. The 0-1 from the reliever misses low. Polanco straightens his knees, and it's even. That'll be a good matchup on the mound tomorrow. No reason not to come out here if you don't have any plans. Santiago Suarez for the River Dogs. Kenton Egbert for Myrtle Beach. Ball with a strike on Narciso. And that's outside to him, ball 2. And Romero going to take a walk back behind the mound, looking out at center field, takes a deep breath. Climbs back atop the hill, right foot pressed against the rubber. Gonzalez leads at second, Perez at first, and now the 2-1 to the leadoff hitter. Lined softly to right. Bradauer playing deep, comes in, and it drops in front of him for a base hit. Everybody advances. Throw cut off by Bowser on the way to the plate, and Polanco lines it into shallow right to load the bases with just 1 out. The River Dogs have the tying run at the plate in the form of Adrian Santana, who is 0 for 2 tonight, a fly out and a pop out. And George Thanopoulos, the pitching coach, again out there to try and stem some of the tide. The entire infield for the Pelicans will gather around this conversation, as Adrian Santana has a chance with the bases loaded to bring the River Dogs right back into this ball game. He has not yet hit his first professional home run. He told me on the Three-Peat After Me podcast earlier this year, all he wants is 1. And I thought he may have had it in the first, but the ball was caught on the warning track by a sliding Ivan Bradauer. George Thanopoulos heads back to the dugout. Santana with the bases loaded this year, hitting .235. Video board encouraging the fans to come alive. And for the first time tonight, they try to do that. Bases full of River Dogs. 1 out of the 5th. Santana the batter. Romero back to work. Bullpen still quiet for the Pelicans. First pitch lined on 1 hop past the second baseman Escobar. 1 run is in. Here comes a second run. He will score standing up, and the River Dogs are right back in the ball game. A rocket off the bat of Santana. 1 hopped under the attempt there by Escobar. Never got his glove on it, and 2-run score. Runners still at first and second, just 1 out. A couple of RBI for Santana, I believe. They are going to score that a single. And Santana up to 33 RBI. 2 out for Connor Hyzak now. Great speed on base. And Hyzak looked at a fastball for a strike. That was 94 on the inside corner. So 2 walks come around to score, and the River Dogs are within 5-3. If Escobar fields that, it could have been an inning-ending double play, but he had sort of a blind chance, and he couldn't flag it down. The 0-1. Hyzak takes downstairs. Connor Hyzak 1 for 2 with a base hit in the 4th inning, his latest at bat. Crowd into this one now on a Friday night. Put a ball in the gap here, we will be tied. Santana at first, the fastest base runner on a team full of speedy base runners. Isaac takes away 2 balls and a strike. And now the Myrtle Beach bullpen will start to spring into action in a hurry. The Myrtle Beach lead cut to 2. And still 2 on with 1 out right in the heart of the lineup. Isaac with Diaz on deck. It's 2-1. Romero checks the runners and comes home. Isaac out in front of a slider, just tapped it foul with the end of the bat. And that gets it even to a 2. Playing catch in the bullpen now is Connor Schultz. Myrtle Beach right-hander, in case this inning starts to spin further out of control. Now 2-2 on Isaac, who has been a nice addition to the lineup. Big time power. 2-2 pitch. And he took it inside, ball 3. That fastball up under his hands at 94. Now that was the pitch called a strike on the lefty Santana earlier tonight. To a righty, it was inside and called the ball. A couple of inches in off the plate. So 3-2. See if they start the runners here. They do not. Payoff pitch, grounded softly left side. Smith charging, bare hands, throw to first, and he got Isaac by a step. A big play by Cam Smith, whose impact has been all over this series so far. A charging, full speed, bare hand pickup and throw by Smith takes away an infield single from Isaac. That was a tough chance for Smith, any bobble at all. And the River Dogs have them loaded. Instead, the tying run is at second for Jean Diaz, who is 2 for 2 today with an RBI. Certainly a guy who can get into one here and give you the lead with 1 swing. That would set this ballpark on fire. First pitch. All the way to the backstop. Bouncing back to Pabon. Play at the plate. It's dropped by Romero. Polanco scores. It's a 1-run game on a wild pitch by Alfredo Romero. Well, that ball went right back to the net, and it shot off the bottom of the wall right back to the catcher. And it almost worked out as a break for Myrtle Beach, but Polanco was, I think, going to beat the pitcher Romero to the plate either way. He dropped it for good measure. Now the tying run at third. 1-0 on John Diaz. Here comes the righty. Swing and a miss, and Diaz had a fastball right down Main Street and came up empty with a home run cut. 93 out over the plate. You don't get many of those. Diaz an RBI double to open the River Dogs scoring in the 4th. Santana at third, 2 outs, the 1-1 home. Swing and a miss. That was a breaking ball on the inside edge. Diaz now 1-2. Can the River Dogs come up with another big hit in this inning? They've got 3 on the board already. They trail 5-4. Santana halfway down the baseline at third, edging further. Romero comes set at the belt. Smith racing in toward third. And the pitch bounced to the right side at Escobar, who fields it in shallow right and throws to first to end the inning. So Romero bends but doesn't break. The River Dogs score 3 runs on a couple of hits, no errors, and leave the tying run at third. They are right back in the ballgame with a 3-run 5th. It is 5-4 Myrtle Beach on Bounce TV Charleston.